Hi there, welcome to Placeaholic. Today we'd like to show you the 20 best places to live in New Hampshire. There are so many gorgeous places where you could live in the US, but if you are a fan of forests, mountains and the nature in general, then you have got to visit New Hampshire at least once in your life. Located on the northeastern side of the US, New Hampshire has everything you could ever ask for and more. Not only are the cities here stunning, their natural landscapes are just downright jaw-dropping to say the least. As such, the state has seen quite a rise in popularity over the years, as more and more people have decided to leave their busy lives in the overcrowded cities of the country, and instead move to New Hampshire where they can finally take in the scenery and tranquility that they've always wanted to enjoy. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, but you don't know where exactly to move in, keep reading because we've compiled a list of the 20 best places to live in New Hampshire. Realistically speaking, any of these places would make for a great choice, so while we are biased for the number one holder, let's just say that you can't go wrong regardless of which of these you pick for yourself. With all of that said, let's start off our list with our first pick of the day, with the underrated 20. Atkinson. This relatively small town is one of the best places where you could move in New Hampshire, simply due to the extremely low median rent and the above average median household income of about $102,000 per year. Everybody that gets to call Atkinson their home has nothing but praises for it, as most of the residents here have stated that this is one of the friendliest and quietest places that they've ever lived in. Just keep in mind that because of its rising popularity, it is actually quite difficult to find a house here, so you better be quick about it, otherwise you'll have to pay a lot more to get your dream house in Atkinson. 19. Durham. Being a college town, you can already expect Durham to be an extremely good choice for anyone that's looking to move in with their family here. This is also where you will find the state's top public research institution, the University of New Hampshire, and let's not forget that this is also where the college woods can be found. Amongst the best attractions here that you can't miss out on, we definitely recommend that you check out the Wagon Hill Farm and the Wildcat Stadium. This is honestly a great place to live in if you're a fan of running around and exploring the wilderness, as a lot of the woods here are largely unexplored and untampered, so you can really have fun exploring them. 18. Hopkinton. If you're a fan of the big city life, then honestly you should skip out on Hopkinton, because it is the complete opposite of that. But some people want exactly this. Hopkinton is a rural area in which you can spend all of your time exploring and taking part in any of the outdoor activities that the town has to offer. Since there are only about 5,000 people that call Hopkinton their home, you can feel that sense of community from the moment you start interacting with your neighbor. It is definitely a more expensive option, with a 4-bedroom home alongside a rather massive garden costing you about $219,000 or so, but you can definitely get a good deal for under $200,000 also. 17. Nashua. Coming up next, we have a rather interesting choice, as Nashua is anything but cheap, but what it may lack in affordability it more than makes up in quality. Nashua has been improving as the years roll on by, pretty much making it clear that this is not a town that you should be skipping out on, as long as you have the money to get yourself a place here in the first place. The average home will cost you about $279,800, and while that may be quite a lot to the great majority of us, it will be worth it by the end of the day due to the amazing public schools here alongside the low crime rate that is always nice to see. 16. Mont Vernon. Here we have a perfect example of the opposite of what most other places have to offer in the US, as this is one of those rural and idyllic towns in the States, the kind of places that you only hear of in fairy tales. With less than 3,000 people currently calling this place their home, you can be sure of the fact that you will enjoy your time here, as there isn't all that much traffic to have to deal with, and on top of that there are plenty of amazing public schools for you to pick from too. Another interesting fact about Mont Vernon is that every house here is unique in its design, style and of course, price. So, while some houses can definitely be quite affordable and simplistic to look at, you can also see the occasional castle-like mansion right around the corner. 15. Stratham. With less than 8,000 people currently calling this place home, Stratham is definitely an interesting choice to see, as it is one of the most underrated options that many people forget about these days. What it lacks in exposure though, it more than makes up in quality of life, as this place has it all. Are you looking for a good public school? Stratham Memorial High School has got you covered. Low crime rates? Definitely the right place for you. A sense of community? Stratham is pretty much defined by it. 14. Hampton. Hampton is the type of a place that is oftentimes disregarded from lists like these, but honestly there is no real reason for this, as it is in our opinion one of the best deals your money could get you. If you like to stay fit, this will be the perfect place for you to move into, due to the abundance of green spaces and beautiful surroundings to explore. On top of that, you also get a lot of football fields right around the corner, and you can pretty much play any sports around no matter the time of year. This is a very safe place to live in too, and let's not forget about the closely knit community here, that is known for being very accepting no matter what the circumstances of the outside. 13. Windham. If you're looking for a good place to live in, then Windham has got your back. Great public schools for you to choose from, very low crime rates and some of the highest quality housing we've ever seen. Windham has got it all. On top of that, there are less than 13,104 people currently calling this place home, and since you're pretty much right around Boston city center, you will be able to find work very easily and take full advantage of this for yourself. 12. Lebanon. You can find the charming town of Lebanon right alongside the Connecticut River, from New Hampshire's Upper Valley, and if you're looking for some insanely good amenities and deals, then Lebanon should definitely top your list right now. Here is where you can come across the beautiful Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center and a lot of different high-tech companies that are always in search of new people. Besides those two, you can also opt to visit the Ava Gallery and Art Center, and we can't possibly forget about the Enfield Shaker Village Scenic Byway too while you're here. 11. Hooksett. With a total population of about 5,517 people, Hooksett definitely deserves to be at least considered as a viable option simply due to how great the amenities are here to begin with. This is a place that has everything you could ever ask for and more, and on top of that it also comes with a ton of different working opportunities that you are sure to need after your first couple of months here. What we mean by that is that while this is a great place to live in overall, it is quite expensive to actually get around, and with a total median home value of about $220,900, let's just say that this definitely isn't the most affordable option on this list. 10. Londonderry. Londonderry is another great option for you to consider, especially because it's very, very close to Manchester. Here is where you can get your hands on some of the freshest organic food in the country thanks to the Stonyfield farm, and on top of that you can really change up your diet for the better, if you decide to start your own farm in your backyard as soon as you move in. It is one of the priciest places to live in New Hampshire for sure though, as the median house here will cost you about $331,800, but if you can handle that you will definitely enjoy your time here. 9. Amherst. With a total population of just under 12,000 residents, Amherst is one of the best options for families looking to settle down and not have to worry about the busy city life anymore. It features a rather small and welcoming community and some of the best public schools in the state. On top of that, the crime rates here are criminally low, pun intended, and you also get a ton of different housing options for you to choose from. Just keep in mind that it is a relatively calm town though, so you won't be getting a lot in terms of a nightlife here. So, if that's something that would interest you, then you may want to skip Amherst for now. 8. Dover. Dover is actually the largest city in the New Hampshire seacoast region, and honestly it really shows that, as there are currently well over 30,000 people that call this place their home right now. As one of the top urban places in the state though, you can be sure of the fact that there are a ton of different amenities and leisure activities for you to choose from, and as opposed to Amherst for instance, Dover's nightlife really thrives to say the least. 7. Greenland. Just so you know, the Bayside area of Greenland is oftentimes referred to as one of the best areas in the entire state of New Hampshire, but do keep in mind that it is also not the cheapest option in the world. For those that can actually afford the $389,200 per house, you're sure to enjoy your time here, but for everyone else, we're pretty much just dead set on our following options right here. 6. Madbury. You can find Madbury right between Durham and Dover, and even though less than 1,858 people currently call this place home, we'll definitely say that this is well worth checking out, due to its booming young community and plethora of different amenities to choose from. Since most of the people here are millennials, let's just say that it's no wonder that Madbury's nightlife is sensational. And on top of that, you also get to explore the Bolstridge Parkland, which is great for dog walkers and runners alike. 5. Hollis. Right next to Nashua you can find Hollis, one of the most beautiful rural towns in New Hampshire for sure. More than 92% of the residents here actually own their own homes too, so if you want to move in you need to really scout ahead because the properties here are in very high demand to say the least. You can also get your hands on places that have a ton of different amenities for you to take full advantage of, including off-road parking, massive gardens and very luxurious ensuite bathrooms. 4. Wolfeboro. If you're on the lookout for amazing scenery, family security, an exceptional educational system and one of the best economies around, then you have got to check out Wolfeboro. This town excels thanks to its local tourism industry, so if you want to work in this field, you'll be happy to hear that the locals are always looking for more helping hands to come around. It is commonly referred to as the Jewel of Lake Winnipesaukee too, a title that it deserves entirely due to how beautiful the natural landscapes really are here. Overall, this is a great option you will not regret anytime soon. 3. Exeter. Exeter really is a treat for your eyes to say the least, as there really is no real reason as to why you shouldn't at least check it out once during your search. Tree-lined streets are around every corner, beautiful boutique shops can be spotted practically at every turn, and let's not forget about the plethora of museums and historic houses, that are always great for those who want to get a history lesson of the place. The median price tag may be a bit high up there, with the average home costing you about $240,500, but just keep in mind that you are really getting your money's worth from it on the long run for sure. 2. Portsmouth. Coming up next, we have Portsmouth, one of the most beloved vacation spots in the States for sure. If you want to feel like every day is special, you will definitely want to move in here, because it is commonly referred to as the best seaports you could ever see in the state. The only thing that keeps Portsmouth from taking the first spot on our list is the fact that the housing prices here are a bit on the higher end, but honestly as long as you can handle that you will fall in love with the beautiful seascapes here, that seem to be never ending to say the least. 1. Hanover. Topping off our list we have New Hampshire's best and most unique town, Hanover. This is one of the sweetest deals you could make as it has some of the best public schools in the state, alongside some of the most stunning natural landscapes you'll ever see with your own eyes. While the nightlife here is practically non-existent, let's just say that it more than makes up for it with the calm and serene community feel that you will never get enough of. New Hampshire is a really gorgeous place to live in, and while it may not be as ecstatic or adrenaline pumping as some of the other states in the US, let's just say that you will not regret moving in here, as long as you can handle the fairly large housing prices. The communities here are very tightly knitted, and on top of that the natural landscapes are more than enough for most of us to fully recommend moving in here as soon as possible. For now though, we hope that this article was helpful and that you got what you came here for. Thank you for reading and good luck moving into your dream house. We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to click that like button, leave a comment, and of course, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.